guys, so today we're going to be replacing some belts on my 22RE engine, and I don't have AC, so we're not doing that one. We're doing the fan and alternator belt, and then also the power steering. So the Toyota dealership does not make my belts anymore. I just got mine at AutoZone. We're going to make sure they're the right size when we take off the old one though. And I'm also going to keep the old ones, put some Armor All on them and let them get all nice and soaked in and keep them as backups. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is back up this bolt right here. That is what makes this pulley tensioned. So that's a 12mm. Just back it up until you can wiggle it around a bunch. And then we're also going to loosen this nut on the actual pulley itself. So alright, and you can see this belt goes around this top pulley, and then it goes around here to the first rut on the crankshaft pulley. And then it goes around this pulley on the power steering pump bracket. So you can just slip that off and wiggle it around the fan, and it should come. Let's see. Here it is. So now we're gonna go over here. I got my belts right here. This is the thicker one. Yep, looks about right. And we got 17443 by 131125. So this is the right belt. Okay, and we're just gonna sneak this past that fan again. Teeth down, obviously. Here we go. You should really invest in a tripod or something. Oh well. So before we put this one back on, we actually have to take that little one off, because otherwise there's no way to get it off. So I'm gonna loosen this one, and then yeah. And here we're going to loosen that bolt on the alternator bracket, and also the bolt to your left for the bottom of the alternator. Alright, and now you can push the alternator over and it'll loosen it enough to take off that belt. And you can just sneak that behind the fan too. So we'll take that old one, get our new one out, and double check that it is the right belt, which numbers. There you go, it's right. Alright, so get that belt back up there around your fan, alternator, and crankshaft pulley on the last rut. Okay, and I need both hands for this, but essentially I'm going to jam this flathead up there and leverage it so that I can get this as tight as possible while tightening that bolt up there. So, yeah. So yeah, now you can get that power steering belt back on there, and we're going to tighten it using the same method we used to loosen it. So back that pulley out, and then you're gonna tighten up that nut on the top of the pulley till it is tight, because you don't want these belts being loose, you know what they say about loose belts. So yeah, you can see that both of these belts are tight now, and that's about it. Pretty easy. Here's a little diagram of the pulleys and the belts if you need it. Okay, so that's it. I would make sure that your alternator belt is nice and tight, because one time I didn't tighten mine enough and I stalled in the middle of nowhere. So that's great. You'll figure it out. You know, if you stall right after doing this, that's probably it. So y'all have fun. Thanks for watching.